Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Welcome back guys. So from the title of this video, you know what I'm going to talk about, right? This is going to be steps on applying for your permanent residency. Okay, so just like I said in my previous video, I'm going to put in the link somewhere here. It's good you watch it before watching this. It's very important. I talked about what express entry is, what permanent residency is, like a little detail, like an overview of the whole process. So I think it's best that you watch this first, okay? It will help you a lot. All right, now, so this is going to be a series. I'm going to be putting like information to help you apply yourself, right? Apply yourself for permanent residency without any visa consultant or paying someone some money. You could do this all by yourself from your home. All you need is a computer, of course, and some money. But yeah, a computer, that's all you need. That's all you need. So I'm giving you this information, and all I ask is just a subscription, guys. Please, it's very important. I ask that you please subscribe to my channel, okay? Please just click on the subscription button below, like it, and share to your friends to subscribe as well. And also comment if you have any question for me. I could reply to them to the best of my knowledge, okay? So please support me by subscribing. It's very, very important. I do a lot of research and video editing and everything for you guys for free, so I ask nothing in return but just for a subscription down there. Thank you guys in advance. I appreciate it. Okay, all right, so now we're gonna get to this, okay? Just like I always start my video, a disclaimer, guys, I'm not a professional or registered consultant. However, I've gone through this process myself, and also helped a few of my friends to do this as well. So I do have a lot of knowledge in this. This is why I'm deciding to give you this information for free, and with all the details that you need, okay? All right, so we're going to be talking about the steps to apply for permanent residency. Like I've just like an overview of each of the steps for now. I'm gonna make a detailed video of each of the steps, so guys, subscribe to follow and click on the notification bell too, so you see when next I upload a video, because you'll be getting the series, like a very, very detailed information on each of the steps that I'm going to be talking about right here, okay? So I've broken this down to 10 steps. All right, so I have 10 steps, and I'm going to name all the steps and then talk about them. All right, so step number 1, check your eligibility, okay? This is where you calculate your CRS score. Step number 2 is write your language proficiency test, okay? Step number 3 is the ECA. I'm sure you know what that is by now. That's why you should watch the video first, okay? So the 4th one is to create your express entry profile, okay? You need to create your profile at this point. And the 5th step is to gather your documents. Yes, you need to gather your documents in time. I'll give you more details on that later in this video. And now the 6th step would be for you to get your ITA. Yes. Sorry if I'm looking here, I have it listed and I don't want to have it mixed up, okay? All right, and now the 7th step will be for you to submit your PR application. So this is when you're really starting, actually. You're now submitting your permanent residency application. Now the 8th step is for you to get your biometrics. 9th step is for you to get your visa stamp. So you need to get your visa stamp, and you also receive your COPR at this time. And now the 10th and the final step, the happy step, is for you to get your permanent residency card given to you. So that way you're done. You just live your life, and by then you should be in Canada. So let's talk about all the steps one by one. All right, so the first step, checking your eligibility. I mentioned this in my previous video. Before you start, I always say this is the first thing to do, because you want to know what your CRS score is and what part you need to work on, or what you need to do to improve your score. So even before you write the test or do anything, I advise you to use the Crs Ranking Tool that I have. I'm going to put a link in the description again, I put it in my previous video, but I'll still put it here. So click on that link and check your eligibility. So when you click on the link, it asks you questions. So you're married, single, and you just put in all your information, your degree and your age. It will also ask you questions like your proficiency test as well. So you want to know, just assume, like put maybe 7.5 or 8.0 in all parts, or maybe like just put something, you know, and see what your score is. Last invitation they did was 460 something. So if you have lesser than that, it might be tough, but I still think you should still apply. If you have 450 something, yes, but if you have lesser than 450, it's tough really, because it's been a while. They did a draw for federal skilled workers, so I'm hoping that now that things are opening right now, they might be doing one really soon, and fingers crossed it might be like a lower draw. So we're just hoping. So if you have 4 something, I would say from 450 something really, or 430. 30 is too low really, but just if you know you have less than 400, you might not stand a chance. But again, you can also go through the PNP process, and that's another video that I'm going to talk about. So again, stay tuned, subscribe, and you get more information on that to increase your score. Provincial nominee, that's what it's called. All right. So like I said, check the link below and check your score and see if you're eligible. You know, just put in your information and see what comes up. And most cases, it's the English tests that actually boost people's score. So if you put like, don't even go less than don't go less than 7. So I think for all the parts like speaking, listening, writing and all, you would have to get at least 7.0, 7.5. It depends on where it is. So you want to put higher, 8.0, 7. Just assume, just to see what your score is, so you know what you're working towards. If you know that maybe for some reason your work experience or your degree or something is not letting you get the higher score or higher score, then you want to really work really hard on your test and not just go and write it. You want to study very well and write it and come out in flying colors, okay? So that's why I said this is the first step. Age is also a problem as well. So if you're really older, you might get a lower score for that. So you want to know where and what part you need to work on. That's why you should do that first, right? Now, the second one is your language proficiency test. So we know that Canada is a bilingual country, English and French. So you can write either English test or French. Put them somewhere actually. There are 2 tests that you could take for French, and there are also 2 for English. So it's Ielts, that's one, and the other one is self-pip, and that is the self-pip one is very rare. Is more in Canada, Philippines, very few places in India. It's also in the US, and I think that's all. Again, I'll put some description so you see, but I don't think we have any in Nigeria, so that's why people don't really talk about that or the test. So most people do the Ielts test. The Ielts test can be done in I think it's mostly done in British Council, but you can always Google online. I'll put a description, so check the description. I'll probably put some description of where you can write the test in Nigeria. The last time I knew someone that wrote it in Nigeria, it was 75,000 naira. So you see guys, that is why you have to study well, because if you don't get the score that you require, you would have to rewrite again, and you're paying another money, another 75,000 naira. I mean, that's a lot of money. So you want to study well. Like I would say take a month or 2 to study. like get past questions online, or if you even have like an Ielts training center. I know there are a few. I can't recommend anyone because I don't know how good they are, but I mean, I know in Nigeria, Lagos, Abuja, there might be like some Ielts training center or so. You can just, you know, Google that and find something and go there and study. But guys, don't take this for granted because it's English and I'm just gonna go write it and I'll pass. I think you should study really hard. You want to get the highest score that you can, because that will help your points go really high. Okay, all right. And again, just let you know again, this test is valid for 2 years. Okay, so if you write it, you can use it for the next 2 years. It won't expire. Okay, so you're good on that. All right, so the third step is the ECA. So we already know what the ECA is: educational credential assessment. So this is where you assess the degree that you have to meet the Canadian standards. There are a few bodies that are recommended or that are certified to do that. So I'm going to put the bodies, but the most popular one and the one with the shortest time is WELS, WES. WELS has the shortest time to process your ECA, and they also have the easiest process, I would say. I'm gonna actually make a video, a detailed video showing you how to do that online, guys. So you have to subscribe. It's very important. You have to subscribe to follow this. I'm gonna put like detailed video on how to get your WELS as well online. I'm gonna put a link below on the description for WELS website, where you can go and create your profile and everything to get your WELS done. Okay, so you need those two things to first start to create a to create your profile. You need your ECA, and you also need your Ielts, that's your English test. Okay, so as soon as you have those two information and you're sure that you have a good score, okay, now it's time to create your profile. I'm gonna make another video, guys, showing you online how to create your profile, detailed detailed on how to create your profile online, showing you my screen and how to create your profile, guys. So again, subscribe, you know what to do. All right, so you have to go to the website. Again, I'm going to put links in the description on where to create your profile. You go there, you put in your information, you create your profile, and boom, you put yourself in the pool. Okay, so when you put yourself in the pool, you have your score showing and everything showing. If, let's just say for example, you have 450, okay, you have 450, and the next, because the draw is done every 2 weeks, but for now it's been a while that they did that for federal skilled workers. We're hoping you're going to start soon, but it's done every 2 weeks. So let's just say for example you put it in today, and in 2 weeks they do a draw and they say, oh, the draw for this time is 460. Okay, if it's 460, you would have to have 460 or more than 460 or more than 460 to be invited to apply. That's to get the ITA, invitation to apply, ITA. Okay, now if you get less than that, don't worry, have hope. All right, wait for them to do another draw and another one and another one and hopefully someday they would have they will send you an ITA. Now this ITA is mostly sent, you get an email. All right, so when you're creating your profile, you need to use a valid email or an email that you know you check well, because they're going to send you an email on this, okay, and tell you that you are being invited to apply for permanent residency. Okay, so hopefully let's just say you get 460 and they do a draw in 2 weeks and you get an ITA. That's good news, congratulations. Now if you get the ITA, now it's time for you to now apply. Okay, now apply for the permanent residency. While your profile is on the pool, I advise you to start gathering your documents, guys. Gather your documents as much as you can, because guess what, if you have a good score and they do a draw in 2 weeks and you're sent an ITA, you need to apply for a permanent residency, guys. and most times they give you actually 60 days. Before it used to be 90 days, but now they give you 60 days to put in your information to actually apply. So you shouldn't pass the 60 days to apply for your permanent residency. So as soon as you put yourself in the pool, even before if possible, get all your documents. Now what do I mean by documents? I'm going to list them somewhere, but this is it. So you have your ECA, you have to have the document, your ECA document, and you have your Ielts results. Now you will need your medical reports. Like, yes, you need to do some medical checkup. There are hospitals that are certified for doing that. So you do your medical reports. You have to also do your police clearance, so police reports. Police reports, you need to get that from all the countries that you've been in the last 10 years for 6 months. So if you go somewhere and you visited for 3 months, you don't need a police report from there. But if you go to the US and you stayed for 6 months, you would require that you get a police report from the US and other countries you've been to that you've stayed for 6 months. So you see, that is like really hard to get. So you want to be able to start getting them ready. Okay, you also need your bank statement here. So bank statement, I'm going to put a detailed video on that bank statement information actually, because you need to get there's a sample that you need to get from your bank stating some information and also how much you have. Like I said in my other video, guys, I'll put the link again, how much you have. So for a family of 1, family of 2, family of 3, you need certain amounts in your account and other documents. Okay, so those are the main documents, but I also put a list somewhere of other documents that you require, so make sure you have that handy. Okay, now the 6th one, get your ITA. I talked about that already, right? So the 7th step will be to submit your permanent residency application at a time. So this is the time where you're going to upload all the documents required, and you also pay your fees. So you have to pay the application fees, and for one person is 1,325 Canadian dollars for a person, and for a child, so if you're 2, like you and your spouse, it's going to be ×2 of that amount. And if you have a child, it's going to be 225. Okay, I'm going to put a number somewhere just to be sure for that child. So if you have 2 kids, it's going to be the same, multiply the amount by 2. Okay, so you pay all that after you've put in all the documents required, and then you submit. Now this process takes about 6 months for them to get back to you on your permanent residency after you submit your application, your permanent residency application. It usually takes 6 months. However, you can get it before 6 months. I got mine in 4 months. I guess in 4 months. So you get it in 4, 2, I don't know, but 6 months maximum is where they give you. Okay, so at that time you want to be preparing yourself really, because if you were called to actually apply, you meet up your score, and then you have all the documents, the right document posted, you definitely should get it. So you want to start packing your bags at this time. All right, so at some point they're going to send you an email asking you to go do your biometrics. Okay, so when you're going to do your biometrics, you have to go to a closest visa application center. All the details will be on that document. So you print it out, you go to your visa application center close to you. I know there are visa application center in Abuja, that's in Nigeria, Abuja, in Lagos. I'm not sure about the places for now, but you have to go there and do your biometrics. Okay, so that's one. Then the other step is for you now to get your visa stamping. Okay, all right, so let's just say it took you, lucky for you, it took you 3 months. Let me just go to the maximum 6 months. So in 6 months, they just send you a confirmation of permanent residency. So it's called a COPR. Congratulations at the point really. So you get your COPR, confirmation of permanent residency. With that document, they're going to write everything you need. So with that document, you're going to print that out, and take your passport. They're going to also list some document that you require. So you need probably your passport, and you need to take a photograph, a Canadian visa photograph. You take that to a visa center again to get your visa. Okay, so now this visa is mostly a single entry visa. Okay, it's a single entry visa just for you to enter Canada. Okay, so as soon as you enter Canada, then in most cases from the airport, they have like a CIC center or something that can process your permanent residency card. Or if maybe you get to the airport late or something, you can always, like, you know, go home, like come into the country, go to wherever you are supposed to like spend the night or stay and all that, your place of rest, and probably the next day you have to go to one of the Canadian office to get your PR application. And they probably just need the confirmation and some other documents. I suggest you take everything just in case they ask you for more documents, but that's what they need to process your permanent residency card and send that to you. Okay, so when you have that card now, you don't need a visa to come into Canada. You can decide to just go out of the country and come back anytime and all. But again, you have your permanent residency card now, and that's all that matters. And that's the end of the process, guys. It is really easy and simple, but it does require a lot of attention and details, and you have to follow the process really well. Okay, all right, so just to be sure, I don't know if I mentioned this, but when you first create the profile to go into the pool, that profile is valid for 12 months, so 1 year. Okay, so let's say you get a lower score and you're hoping that someday they're going to call a lower score. You can leave that profile in the pool for 1 year, but after 1 year it's going to expire and you have to create another profile. But thankfully your ECA is valid for 5 years, as I said, and your English test is valid for 2 years. So I'm guessing you can only create 2 profiles because of your English test, right? But if you have that low score and you just put yourself in the pool hoping, you should also be doing something to improve your points. So let's just say you just put yourself in the pool, you should also maybe trying to rewrite the Ielts or do something that you think will improve your points. You can always like cancel the profile and create another one and all, but when you put it, it's locked, so you may have to create another one or something. So this is all the information I have so far. Like I said, all the processes, I'm going to be giving a detailed video of each of the processes so you can understand it. I'll give a detailed video showing you how to check your eligibility, how to create a profile, how to, let's see what else, like how to get your ECA from Wells. Like I said, so Wells, most people use Wells because it's faster. It takes 35 days, which is a month. Maybe now with COVID it might take 1.5 months, so maybe a month and a half. But other institute takes longer. Actually, they take longer, so that's why most people do ECA, and you could do things online and everything. If you just go to the website, you get all the information you require. So these are all the information I have now. Detailed information is coming, guys, so please subscribe, like this video, share, it really helps, and comments as well. So we want to see your comments. You can also ask me questions. Again, I'm going to answer those questions to the best of my knowledge. I would answer those questions, but I think you should start now, right? There's just no time, so I think you should start this process as soon as possible with all the steps I've written. Okay, I would put the steps, I think I mentioned that already, so I'll put the steps in a plain sheet so you can take a screenshot of it to know that you have all this. So in total, you probably don't need so much money for the process. I mentioned all the prices. I'm going to put the prices probably in red so you can put them together to know how much you need to start. But like, don't think about the money for now, just start. Yeah, people like, how much do I need in total? I'm like, just start first. Like, if you really want me to make like a video of a particular part, explaining a particular part, I could do that. Just comment below and let me know, guys. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you again for people that have subscribed. I really appreciate it. It does help me. See you in my next video, guys. Bye everyone. Bye.